terrorists blowing themselves up over in Afghanistan. You know, the capitals over in Kabul. They have some folks worried that the country may be on the verge of losing some control. Geraldo Rivera has been in and out of Afghanistan a lot over the last 6 years. Geraldo, what are you seeing as you go back and forth through this war zone?
You know, Brian, it's ironic, but as Iraq is improving, Afghanistan has just suffered the worst year for violence since 2001, since we overthrew the Taliban and al-Qaeda. The U.S. Defense Secretary is here, Robert Gates, and he met with the president of Afghanistan, Hamid Karzai, and the visit of Secretary Gates coincided with one of the worst attacks in recent weeks and months here in downtown Kabul. It really was a bloody affair. Whether or not it was timed specifically for the Secretary's visit, we don't know. You may recall a year ago, Dick Cheney was here, and there was an attack outside the Bagram Air Base where I am right now. But when I got to the scene of the bombing in downtown Kabul this morning, everything was still chaos. This morning, Wednesday morning, here in Kabul, in a coordinated suicide attack, a suicide bomber and another colleague exploded their vehicles and their suicide vests alongside a bus, killing at least 6 Afghan soldiers and 7 Afghan civilians. Many others and the surrounding people were wounded in the attack. This is the 3rd suicide attack in Kabul in just the last 8 days, leading to very necessary and obvious fears that the situation here in the Afghan capital is going from bad to worse.
Mr. President, I've just come from Iraq, where I see with my own eyes that the surge is working. Al-Qaeda has been beaten down in Iraq. Is good news in Iraq bad news in Afghanistan? They have made some statements. Some defense analysts suggest that they are going to regroup, escalate here, and make a difficult situation even worse.
I have no worries at all. I have no worries at all. The Al-Qaeda is on the run. It is defeated. It is hiring. The Al-Qaeda was ruling Afghanistan, as I mentioned earlier. They were defeated in less than a month and a half by the joint force of the international community and the Afghan people. Since then, they are in hiding. All that they can do is come and blow a bomb. That's desperation. That's not success. They are outlaws, and we should get them one by one.
Hunt them down one by one. The president may think al-Qaeda is non-existent or very low profile here, but we don't know if they were responsible for that bloody bombing. Secretary Gates did bring some good news to Afghanistan. He's going to supply the United States enough materiel and money to beef up the Afghan army from its current 50,000 strength up to 70,000. Hopefully they can put the pressure on the bad guys and keep winning this war on terror. Back to you in New York.
All right, Geraldo Rivera live in Kabul, where it's 4:11 in the afternoon there. Thank you, sir.